First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Detroit Lions. On the visitor's sideline, Steeler head coach Mike Tomlin. His guys just 2 wins over their last 6 games. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that. But he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop it behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. You get a look at their key inactives for this week's game, and Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that, the guys available have to step up. What's that mantra in the NFL? Next man up. This is their opportunity.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Hardman on the return. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. You see the numbers in last week's game for Warren. 16 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because those big guys up front are doing well. But now, the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep him at the end zone in this one.
Rodgers now to throw. That's taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Steelers first down. A gain of 19 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. To throw is Rodgers. A short one there to Freiermuth. And Freiermuth going to have a Steelers first down as the tackle made at the 42.
Steelers first down.
Rodgers to throw once more. He'll find his man Skoranek over the middle. Here now, 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Trying to find Calvin Austin. And it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. You talk about this Lions defense. They're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
Stopping the run That's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Rodgers. Into the hands of Skoranek. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Now it's Rodgers. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Lions offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. And they love to find different ways to get him the football. We know that. And you can see he comes into this week 2nd in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
At the 32-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up
1 back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
And the Lions.
A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Lions at 9-5 now on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Work in the middle of the field. He's got him incomplete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 45-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he takes this for about 6, down inside the 40. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
36-yard line. That's a gain of 3.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he's going to have the Lions 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now a handoff looking right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. You look at this Steeler defense. This unit, 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun in the second.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Bates' kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
It takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. These two teams all tied after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. And that's caught inside the 30. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 36 yards on the play.
Steelers, 1st down. A gain of 36 yards. 1st down, Steelers.
Let's face it, the focus is going to be at the end of this play on the big-time gain, right? He lined up on the left and worked his way all the way to the right before the perfect pass back in. But how about the offensive line into protection to give him enough time to work his way all the way across the field?
Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
On play action, now Rodgers. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. He connected on his first, this from 41. Boswell's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
The Lions offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Shreds him with a stiff arm. He's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
The Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now the first carry here for the running back. They needed 2. They can only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will tie things up at 6-6. So it was 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us? Let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
Looking to put a drive together. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 27.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Has an open man, Skoranek. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now a running play here with Smith. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
First down. A pickup of 2 yards.
There. No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Taken down at the 40.
Passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 3rd down.
Now Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Here's Corliss Waitman now. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. They're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it called 8 touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
The 36-yard line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
He'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9.
9-yard line. 1-yard gain.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
3rd and 2.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
And less than a yard.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. So they're content to take for 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing is Rodgers. That would complete to Skoranek. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's
Rodgers going to throw. Got his mitt. And he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. Inside the 10. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you Try and score when given the opportunity. I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there. Tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Jack Fox out to punt here on fourth down. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
And we'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he floated one out there incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Final 3 weeks of the season are already upon us, and I'll come out and say it. It's when playoff teams become also-rans, and also-rans become playoff teams. Let's dive in. Our spin around the NFL starts now. We begin with a visit to Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. The Panthers at home to take on the Bucs in an NFC South matchup. And it's the Panthers quarterback. He had a heck of a game. This, one of 2 touchdown passes. He also ran for a score. From there, let's go to Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. Check in on the Titans as they host the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's the rookie, the #1 pick in the draft, Cam Ward. He'll find his big tight end in the back of the end zone. Touchdown. Last but not least, let's go to Baltimore. The Ravens hosting the New England Patriots. And this is the running back. He's going to take this one in, 7 yards on the rushing touchdown. The Ravens run their winning streak to double digits as they get their 10th straight victory. With that, let's give you a look here at the current playoff picture. In the game you're watching, it's been tight throughout, a field goal separating these 2 sides through 2 quarters. As we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. The beautiful fake. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. But to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through there.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
And the Steelers first down. A gain of 11 on the play.
Running left, it's Ward. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. A good position to be in here, second and inches.
He was brought down at the 45-yard.
Austin, the man in motion left.
On the pickup. It's second and inches.
Now run straight ahead with Warren.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendencies. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
On the give, it's Warren. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's going to be sacked. He's sacking back right at the midfield stripe. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Steelers send out their punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Second and 6.
Now back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to convert by 20 there on 3rd and 1. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Right back to him on first down. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Second down on the yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Looking to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
A gain of 10.
Now 1st and 10 at the 11.
That's another deep Detroit Lions, first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 6-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Hasn't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Jake Bates for the Lions field goal. This one from 35 yards away. Bates' kick is good. And they double their lead, pushing it up now to 12-6. So he's got another field goal. His 4th now in the game. He's making it look easy out there.
He certainly is, and they're always aiming for a swing of the leg that repeats under pressure, right? So nothing's different. He's got that right now because confidence is breeding confidence.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Short throw to Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Steelers, first down. A gain of 12.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. Catch is made by Hardman. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Now Rodgers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Steelers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
That's good for a Steelers first down. A gain of 5. First down, Pittsburgh.
A handoff for Warren. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
Rodgers now to throw. And now the ball's out, funneled near midfield. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. This one into the hands of Metcalf. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. They go play action here on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. On second down, they'll run it here. And this will wind up the Lions' first down. It's good running. Gets them to about the 44.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's tackled a yard short of the mark. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brings up second and 1 at the 47-yard line.
Just need a yard here, second and 1. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up third and
They'll go with the keeper. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on third and a yard. And he's got his man in stride, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line.
first down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
The running back, the ball
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage.
loss of a yard. Brings up
Second and 11. It's a screen pass. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two.
The Lions.
They'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Steelers 6.
And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do this thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he finds Austin complete. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers.
Austin is there and brings in another one.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Steelers first down. A gain of 22 yards. And the Steelers first down.
Rodgers again now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Under pressure, and he will go down. Set back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. 9 yards on the 1st down. Keep it in 2nd and 1.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
At the 48-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
No gain on the play.
Here's 2nd and 10.
At the 48-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 37.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we'll take a break. 2nd and 9. They'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. They'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
10 at the 22-yard line.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, and it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Here comes third down and 7. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a fourth down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Bates' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure now this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. To throw, it's Rodgers. Throw out wide is incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now Rodgers. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Incomplete. Result of the play.
And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Detroit, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they fall under 500 now as they drop to 7-8. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.